Squanto. Background information. He was born in 1580 in Plymouth, Massachusetts. His birth name was Tisquantum. Nickname was Big Bean. He was a Powhatan Indian and was part of the Wampanoag tribe. He was kidnapped many times throughout his life. Background information. In 1619, he returned home to discover his tribe had been destroyed by a deadly disease. His life as an Indian mainly consisted of fishing, hunting, farming various crops, and gathering wild foods. He died in November of 1622 due to a fever. Others think he died differently. Throughout being kidnapped, he became fluent in the English language. Importance. Squanto returned home in 1614 with John Smith. He acted as a guide. He was captured again by Thomas Hunt, but he escaped and returned home in 1619 to find that his tribe had died from smallpox. He went to stay with the nearby Wampanoag tribe. In 1621, Squanto was introduced to the Plymouth Pilgrims by the Wampanoag chief. The Pilgrims had settled by the area where his old tribe once existed. The Pilgrims were having a hard time when it came to survival. They had issues like growing crops and catching food like fish. This is Squanto meeting the Pilgrims for the first time. Squanto took the Pilgrims under his wing. He taught them a trick for growing corn, which was placing a rotten fish under the seed to act as a fertilizer. He taught them how to catch fish. Squanto showed them how to gather other foods they could use to survive. He introduced the Pilgrims to local tribes. He also acted as a translator. This allowed the Pilgrims to trade with local Indian tribes, as well as the Indian tribes being able to trade with the Pilgrims. All of this helped the Pilgrims survive their first winter in their new settlement. Squanto showing the Pilgrims how to grow corn. Squanto had become very close with the Pilgrims and began to push his tribe around by forcing them to work and help the Pilgrims. This concerned the Wampanoag tribe. While Squanto was guiding the Pilgrims, he was captured by his own tribe. The Pilgrims sent 10 men to release Squanto from captivity. Squanto was forever considered an assistant to the Pilgrims. The first Thanksgiving. To celebrate their first successful harvest, the Pilgrims had a feast. They had a big feast, including corn, to show how thankful they were that Squanto had helped them survive their first winter. They invited the nearby Indian tribes. This event was considered the first Thanksgiving. Took place in the fall of 1621.